We'll have more on the Oakland A's exit from Oakland. Now you've had, so the Raiders, you've had the A's, and you've had the Golden State Warriors all leaving the city of Oakland. And now going to relocate in Las Vegas, but having a pit stop in Sacramento the next couple of years. And I know that there's, heartfelt condolences and everybody's disappointed and it's sad. And I just wondered, did the commissioner have any role in this? And yes, he did, because I think he waived the relocation fee. But I think baseball wanted a team in Vegas. I don't know if this owner, John Fisher, wanted to stay in Oakland. Certainly doesn't sound like that. But I don't know if the other owners, are bothered by this, because you're not getting a relocation fee reportedly. So now you're going to send your teams to Vegas. But yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. They've had so many great teams, so many great players, but could this owner have done more? I guess you can always do more. But it certainly felt like that's one of those where you go, man, it's a shame. Guess we're going to have to go to Vegas, get a new stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like by the time an owner makes up their mind that they're like, or even flirting with the idea of like, you know what, I think we're going to get out of here, it's already done. Like there's no, kind of like if you hear a football player talk about the minute you start thinking about retirement, you're already retired. Like it's just not.
And is it the commissioner's job to prevent the move from Oakland to Vegas? Should it be part of his job? Could the other owners stop this if they wanted to? Is there too much money to be made? You want to be in Vegas. I mean, who would have thought that the NBA is going to be the last major sport to be in there and have a franchise there? And that'll happen in the next couple of years. You'll have one in Vegas and one in Seattle. But they've had Summer League basketball. They had an all-star game there. What was that, 15 years ago?
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Yeah, Seton.
See, like I would think it's the exact opposite. I think it's Manfred's job to make moves like this. It's his job to make sure from the league. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I would imagine it was his job to make sure that he has baseball teams in the appropriate cities and the ones that are supporting them. So it's not a statement on Oakland as a city, but I would imagine that he's supposed to be the guy that's managing all of those things, right? Relocation fees and what's the best market for us to make the most money as a league, as an organization. I would imagine that he's the guy pushing those things rather than, he would stop them if it wasn't the right fit, but he has to approve the next location, right?
Yes. And do I think it's the smart business move? Yeah, I do. I understand it. But you've had, expansion franchises in some of the other sports that go in there. Now, the Raiders leaving Oakland, but, you have the Las Vegas Aces that went in there. You have the Golden Knights. They were an expansion franchise as well in the NHL. And you're going to have an expansion franchise in the NBA as well. I don't think you're going to get a relocation project there in Vegas. But, yeah, I was just wondering about how much of a job is it that the commissioner stops a situation like this? It feels like he encouraged a situation. If you're going to waive the relocation fee, I'm guessing that's a couple of $100 million here, right? Yes, Eden.
Well, it feels like besides TV rights, gambling, whether it's like actual gambling or fantasy sports, is what's keeping so many of these things alive, right? Or afloat. They're the main business drivers behind all different leagues, right? So it would make sense that Vegas would be an attractive destination for every league.
Well, baseball wants to get into the gambling part of this, whether they admit to it or not. You want fantasy. You got the NFL. That's your model. That's your financial model. Now everybody's trying to tap into that. How do we get that money? How do people play fantasy with baseball, get back into it as far as betting on games? I mean, that's what you want. That's where you're getting even more revenue here. Yes, Marvin.
Going back to Vegas, how do you build a fan base in Las Vegas since it's so tourist heavy? How do you build a fan base, especially with 81 home games?
It'll be tough, but I would I don't know what the renderings are for that new stadium, but I would have a quaint 35,000, and I would have a retractable roof, And I know you want to get concerts in there. You want to have an outdoor, like an amphitheater type venue, I'm going to guess. But playing baseball, they're not going to be playing baseball during the day. It'll be like Arlington with the Rangers. We're going to start at 6 o'clock at the earliest there.